Video problem number 34, mass percent empirical formulas. This is another empirical formula problem. Ascorbic acid, which you might know as vitamin C, found in citrus fruits and vegetables, is important in metabolic reactions in the body, in the synthesis of collagen, and in the prevention of scurvy/pirates. If the mass percent composition of ascorbic acid is 40.9% carbon, 4.58% hydrogen, and 54.5% oxygen, what is the empirical formula of ascorbic acid? So we're going to do this the exact same way we did the other problem. So we have 40.9% carbon, 4.58% hydrogen, and 54.5% oxygen. So first we're going to assume that we have 100 grams. So that gives me 40.9 grams of carbon. That gives me 4.58 grams of hydrogen, and that gives me 54.5 grams of oxygen. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert my grams to moles, because an empirical formula is the lowest whole number ratio by moles. So I'm just going to divide through by the molar mass of each element. Again, you get all this from your periodic table. You should know that by now, of course. Alright, so what do we get? We've got 40.9 divided by 12.01, and I get a value of 3.406, and that's moles of carbon. What do we get here? Let's see, 4.58 divided by 1.008. We get 4.544. I see where this is going. Moles of hydrogen, and here we get, let's see, 54.5 divided by 16, and I get a value of 3.406. That's moles of oxygen. So it's the lowest whole number ratio of moles. So I'm going to divide through by the smallest, which happens to be 3.406. So that means I get one carbon. Divide this by 3.406, and that gives me probably 1.5. I'm guessing here, but let's check it just to make sure. Yeah, actually it doesn't. It gives me 1.33 hydrogens, and then for oxygen I'm going to divide through by 3.406, and that gives me 1 oxygen. Now, so that's my empirical formula, CH1.33O. But you know as well as I do that I can't have a 0.33, right? And we can't round this. This isn't close to being rounding. The only things you can round, let me write this up here. Remember, the only things you can round is green, I want red. 0.9 you can round up, 0.9 and above. 0.0 and below you can round down. Okay, so like with 0.01, round it down. Everything else you gotta leave. So in this case, we're gonna have to get rid of that 0.33. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna multiply this 0.33 by something to make it a whole number. That turns out to be 3, right? Because if you multiply 0.33 times 3, you get 0.99, which you can then round up. So what do I end up with? I end up with C3H4O3. Okay? So there's your empirical formula.